Hello again, this is Malakos and you're watching episode 7 of the ManuFactory. As usual, we did a fair amount of mining between episodes again, but this time we've used our mining turtles to help us mine out a 3-block high area with a floor at level 52 in our open pit mine. As you can see, we're in our open pit mine, level 52, and we've mined out a fairly large area. It's pretty impressive. I put down torches and everything just to keep the mobs out. We went with level 32 with the intent of getting more copper. This has been highly successful, and as you can see, I'm about to clear out the last corner. So let's start these turtles up, and for fun, let's speed up the process so that you can see how effective and efficient this really is. I'll start them up and we'll be right back. Okay, here we go. We're going to start all of these guys up, and then we're going to watch them dig. Okay, and here we go as we speed up to 400% and now 800%. You can see the turtles really flying. Interesting thing to note, the turtles do mine up enough coal to be self-sufficient energy-wise. So really mining with turtles is really quite economical. During this recording, they're mining out a 2x2 chunk of space, which is about 32 blocks on a side. And as you can see, they're starting to return. There's some bats in the foreground. I do eventually get attacked by a couple spiders and some zombies. And as you can see, they are returning. This is where, because of my tunneling program, the amount of movement the turtles, and there's that spider. silly spider. Anyways, as I was saying, the turtles are now moving much more than they need to, but I figure efficiency here is good enough. Let me zoom in a bit, and right here, eventually do a spin around, and yeah, right here you see, interestingly enough, one of the turtles attacking a zombie because he was getting in the way. So these turtles, using the tunnel program, is pretty efficient in that regard. The turtles will attack mobs to make them get out of the way. And here we are slowing down back to 400 and then 200%. And as you can see, the turtles are now returning to their position, having mined out their assigned area. And here we are. We're done. Okay, and there you have it. 8 turtles fully mined, whole corner section cleared out. All we have to do is light it up and battle a couple mobs. One of the things that's really cool with NEI is you can press F7 and it's going to show you where mobs can spawn. And then you can place down torches to effectively remove these red areas and know that once you've done that completely, Mr. Angry Zombie, zombie brain, you'll be safe from further mob spawns once we get rid of all of this red. As I'm doing this, I'm also looking for copper, and then we'll check out and take all the stuff that the turtles mined back upstairs and look at what we got for this whole mining expedition here. Let's just clear out the rest of this red. NEI has, over time, garnered quite a large number of very useful abilities, and this is definitely one of them. Just remember to turn it off once you've done using it, because it does use a little bit of CPU power. Anyways, I'll be right back once we've collected up these turtles and gone upstairs to see what mining this entire area out has gained us. As we watch the sunrise on a new day, I noticed that that's actually not a second sun. That's actually the moon setting. So I was incorrect. This mining age of ours actually is a stable age, and we didn't get a second sun. But anyways, we're back up at the surface to check. I've organized my inventory, and here we go. Here's what we've got out of all of that mining. Basically 5.5 stacks of iron, 5.5 stacks of copper, about 2 stacks of tin, about 1/4 of a stack of gold, or maybe 1/3, some silver, some lead, and various other things, some aluminum, some tungsten, monzonite, a fair amount of zirconium, some shards, some quartz crystals and dust, which are for, I believe, applied energistics, yes. We also got 4 emeralds, and we got some sapphires. One of the nice things is tunneling like this, you'll never run out of the various colors of sapphires and rubies for tool making, which is what I use to make all my tools. We also got a fair amount of cobble. As you can see, almost 6 barrels full of it, and some I want to say sandstone, but it's not sandstone. It's, let me see, oh god, what is that? It is gravel, of course, and dirt. So that's where we have it. Now, we need to really start on our industrial craft, getting some electricity going for industrial craft, and also getting a compressor and some extractors going to really get us going with that. What I want to do is, right now our carbon footprint is really bad. We've been burning a lot of wood and coal, so our carbon footprint's terrible. And I really would like to get into solar power, but right now, more than anything, we need a compressor. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take all of these minerals and items back to our main base in the overworld, and we'll get them all processed into bars. And then once that's all complete, I'll be right back, and we'll start really getting into IC2, Industrial Craft 2, and getting our Industrial Craft 2 base machines going. So I'll be right back. Okay, we're back at our main base, and I've put away all of our items that we mined up, as you can see. I've also used the compressor, or excuse me, the fabricator to make our zirconium into blocks. We had so much of it, we had to make it into blocks to store it effectively. Same with both the redstone and the nickelite. So storage blocks are definitely one of the ways that can really help you with storage. As well, we've used our powered furnace and pulverizer to basically process all of our ores, and as you can see, we have a fair bunch. In fact, I am going to need some copper and some iron, probably some gold, and as well we're going to need some rubber. I'll probably grab all of the rubber just for now. So Industrial Craft 2. Basically, the first thing you want to do with Industrial Craft 2 is create a generator, or some kind of way of generating what are known as electrical units, or EU. One of the best first ways to start it right now is just with the generator. I don't think this is so much of a waste. It's actually fairly cheap to make. You just need a furnace, a machine block, and a battery. The reason I don't think it's so much of a waste is because the generator can be used to then create other items. So specifically the RTG module, which can be used with your turtles to power them via uranium, and also things like reactor chambers and geothermal generators is usually where you go next, and a couple of other things. So they're not really a waste. So let's get started. I'm probably going to build, I don't know, let's go with 4 or 8 of these. The first thing we need is we really need machine blocks, which is refined iron. So the first thing I need to do is get some refined iron. A really easy way to do that really quickly, it's not efficient, but it's quick, is to use your minium stone and some charcoal, and I believe this will work. You can, I was told, I guess not. Alright, let's see if this works. And there we go. In this case, we're using charcoal. Normally, charcoal would process 8 ingots, but we're only doing 7, but it's quick. So there you go. There's 63 refined iron, and that was really quick. So I'm then going to use this to create 4 machine blocks. And now I need the recipe for a battery. And for some reason, there we go. And I need the recipe for an RE battery. Stop that. Oh, darn. Which, as you can see, is 2 redstone, copper cable, and some tin. So we're going to need some copper cable, which I know it looks like this. We're going to need a fair amount of this, so I'm just going to say, give me a whole bunch. Copper cable goes there. We need some redstone, and we also need some tin, which I should have plenty. Yes, I do. So we need some tin, need some redstone, we need 4 of these, and finally I need some furnaces. Probably should have used the fabricator to do this, but whatever. And there's our generators. Done. Now, the next thing I want to create is an extractor. Extractors can be used for various things. The reason I want one immediately is because we can use them to extract rubber from our rubber tree wood. So as you can see, it requires an electronic circuit, another machine block, and some tree taps. So we're going to go in here, we're going to get some wood. We're going to make some tree taps, which, as you all know, look like that. Well, I don't know. Give me a whole bunch. That's 6, 7, 8. Give me another one. That is 8, 12 of them. I want 16 of them. So I need another 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then 4 electronic circuits, which, as you can see, that's the recipe. And then where did my, there it is, refined iron. 2, 3, 4. And then we need a machine block, which I'm going to make 4 of. And we need more. Oh, right, of course. And there we go. 4 of those. And I'm going to switch over to my fabricator, just because it's going to make this a lot easier. There we go. So there's our 4 extractors, 4 generators. The other thing I really want to do almost immediately is we also want to make a couple of compressors, and they're fairly easy again. Electronic circuit, machine block, and some stone. So let's go back and get some more, and actually let's do it this way. You can use aluminium stone in your fabricator, which is great. And let's make 4 of those. And let's make, excuse me, some more wire. And where did my, there we go. Oh, we already had some wire here. Oh well, you can never have enough wire. That is so true. All right, so now we need some stone, which I have here. And there's our 4 compressors. Now, the other thing I always like to do is get some cable, because we are dealing with the transmission of power. I always prefer to go straight to glass fiber cable, just because it's just that easy. It does require diamonds, but I do have a fair amount of diamonds right now, so I'm not too concerned. So we'll put that in. We do need some glass as well. Where's our glass? It's up here. Put in some glass, get rid of the stone, and some redstone. That should be more than enough. All right. So I should probably get some energy here in the form of charcoal. We don't need it in these steam engines, at least not immediately. So I'm going to take this upstairs and lay it out, and we'll be right back. Okay, one thing I forgot to mention is we should probably create something to store our excess power that we create with our generators. So what I'm going to do for now is just create a couple of MFEs. These can store a fair bit of power. I'm thinking it's 600,000 each. I'm not quite sure. Doesn't matter. Anyways, here's the recipe. Basically, it's 2 times insulated gold cable around the corners, an energy crystal in the sides, and our old standby, the machine block. The energy crystal is just a diamond surrounded by redstone. So let's get on that. We need some redstone if we don't have some already. I think I know where it is. Let's just get our 4, actually, let's go with 8 diamonds. We're going to make 2 of these. So there's our recipe. Throw in the diamonds. And I need some redstone. There we go. That should be more than enough. Yes, no? Why is this not working? That's odd. All right, you're gonna be that way, are you? And one more. That gets us our energy crystals. And then we need 2 machine blocks and some doubly insulated wire, which is pretty simple to make. All you need to do is insulate the wire once and again, and then we can do this. And there's our 2 MFEs. The other thing we should get is our wrench, because we're going to need it. So let's go upstairs here. I've already placed down all of the other machines and got the generators up and running, so everything should be charged up, ready to go. I just want to place down these MFEs, and then we should be good. If you're wondering why I'm doing this upstairs, downstairs is going to get completely mined out, so I didn't really want to develop any significant infrastructure. And right now, upstairs is just temporary until we get the ManuFactory really going strong downstairs. So we're going to put this here, we're going to put that there. Actually, no, and this is why we wanted wrenches, because we're not going to put them there. This is where we need to put them here, put them here, and that should be good enough for now. Power goes in and then comes out through the dots. Now, one of the things I will want to do is separate the in wires from the out wires, and the easiest way to do that is to paint the incoming wires with a different color. You can do that pretty easily. Let's just see what we can do with paint. Yeah, here we go. We need a painter. In this case, I'll use red dye for the incoming. So we need a painter, which is 2 iron blocks and some wool. I believe I have some wool around here, or I certainly have some string. And I happen to have the 2 iron blocks right on me, which is great. So there's our painter. Now I want red dye, which is rose red. Do I have any roses? Of course not. That would be too easy. So I know I have some downstairs. It's always nice to be able to fall all that length. Roses are red. Yes, they are. There's the rose red. There we go. I'm going to put some of this away while I am here, including the wood, but I am going to get our rubber wood. And we're going to climb up. Excuse me. So basically what we're going to do is we're building some infrastructure up here to help us with IC2 power generation. I want to eventually get us to the point where we can build a fairly large solar plant, and then also get to the point where we have a fairly large BuildCraft 2 lava generation so that we can then power our quarry. But I think that's going to have to be next episode, because this episode is running out. So if I paint this red, oh, you're kidding me. Really? It looks like the uncolored will still connect, so that's not what I want. So I will be right back to solve that problem. Okay, one thing to note when painting IC2 cables, the rules are different colored cables won't connect, which is exactly what I want. And don't try, like I did, and color your cables black. That's not going to work. The black brush actually is used to remove colors, as you can see. So I ended up going with red for in and orange for out. Now this has effectively separated our power in and out so that it won't constantly rotate around in a loop with the MFE. As you can see, our MFEs are filling up. They output 128 EU per T, and I don't think any of these machines will blow up. I don't think the extractor will, and I was wrong. I guess it does. So that's unfortunate. That was really dumb of me, actually. So, two ways to get around this. I'm wondering if the compressor does. Oh yeah, it does too. Okay, so that was really stupid of me. Be aware, yes, your power needs to be downgraded. So what we're going to do here is I'm going to break these two cables. I'm going to build a couple more compressor extractors, and we're going to build a couple of transformers to downgrade the power appropriately. So the way to do that is, in our case, we need a low power transformer, I believe, which I believe is created as follows. Yes, we need a low voltage transformer, which will transform 128 volt down to 32 volt, which is what we need. And the recipe for that is fairly simple. It's just some wood, some copper, and 2 copper cables. So we should be able to do that. Some wood, copper cables, some copper. It's always fun experimenting with IC2 power because I'm one for just throwing caution to the wind and seeing how bad can get. So I'll build a compressor and an extractor, and I'll be right back. Okay, we've replaced our compressor and extractor, and hopefully that will be the last industrial accident we see on this series, but it probably won't be. I'm just going to sleep through the night here. We've also built 2 low voltage transformers, which I have in my hand here, and we're going to go back here and install those on top of our MFEs, which I believe are still filling up. Now, you want the 3 dots, which is where the power goes in to the transformer. So we want those 3 dots to be actually on the bottom facing the MFE. The way to do that is to just shift click, and that should be done. And we'll do that again. And now the 3 dots are on the bottom facing here. You can't see them. And all of these single dots are the power output. So now these machines should be getting the proper low voltage power. And obviously the way to test that is to throw some rubber wood into our extractors. And now our extractors are running, which is great. We're going to process all this rubber wood. And in fact, I will be right back because I want to get some iron compressed into iron blocks as well. In fact, I'll just go and do that because it's fairly quick. Up and down, up and down. Yeah, sure, give me 8 of them for now. Compress a full stack. The new recipe for iron blocks is to put them in a compressor. I want to build some iron blocks because I want to make our first, anvil, so that we can not only repair our items but also name them, I guess. Alright, so half and half and half and half again. Stop. And half again. Tell me it is working. Oh, right. You need 9 blocks, not 8. Obviously, this isn't very automated. I am still putting stuff manually into machines. So that's one of those things that we're going to have to fix in the future. But for now, I'm just going to grin and bear it. And there's our blocks. And we're going to create our anvil. Which, if I remember correctly, is like so. Excellent. And we're going to put it right there. Right there. Actually, while I'm at it. There. Alright, and there's our anvil. And we can use that to repair items using experience, which I obviously don't have right now. Anyways, this has been episode 7 of the ManuFactory. I hope you've enjoyed so far. We've got a lot more work to do. A trip to the Nether is definitely in the works for next episode. How many times have I said that? I think next episode will be starting work on a lava generation plant to get our BuildCraft power up so that we can actually start really quarrying out this lower area. The plan is to empty out a 7x7 chunk all underground, and that will be our factory floor. And then we'll start really automating stuff. So the next couple episodes are going to be around quarrying and getting our sorting up, because we're going to need sorting because we're going to have a lot of items coming in. So stay tuned, please subscribe, like, and this has been Malacosa, and you've been watching the ManuFactory, episode 7.